Politicians are attempting an extreme power grab in North Carolina right now, all because they don't like some of the outcomes of this year's election. This election, North Carolina voters chose a new governor, selecting Democrat Josh Stein to succeed two-term Democratic Governor Roy Cooper. Also as a result of the election, Republicans are poised to lose their veto-proof supermajority in the state house. That means starting in January, the Republican-controlled legislature will have a tougher time overriding vetoes by incoming Democratic Governor Stein. And so Republican legislators scrambled to exploit the final days of their lost supermajority to ram through massive changes to state government that would erode the power of the governor in other executive branch offices. And legislators are trying to impose changes to elections that would hurt voters. On November 19th, the legislature returned to Raleigh for a post-election lame duck session. At 5:30 that night, Republicans first unveiled a surprise version of Senate Bill 382 that they drew up in secret. The reveal came just an hour before the State House took up the bill for debate, keeping the people of North Carolina in the dark. Senate Bill 382 was supposedly about providing much-needed relief to regions of western North Carolina still recovering from Hurricane Helene. In fact, just 12 pages of the 131-page bill are in any way related to hurricane recovery. Meanwhile, 119 pages are stuffed with partisan political ploys that have nothing to do with disaster relief. It's in those 119 pages that are some of the most disgraceful power grabs in North Carolina history. Among the schemes in Senate Bill 382 is an attempt by Republican legislators to strip the incoming Democratic governor of the power to appoint members to the State Board of Elections. That change would undermine our state system of checks and balances and defy the will of voters, who just this month elected Josh Stein as governor and entrusted in him all of the authority of that office, including the governor's long-established power to appoint Board of Election members. Senate Bill 382 also contains anti-voter provisions. Senate Bill 382 would make it more difficult for North Carolina voters to request absentee ballots by mail. The bill would also reduce the time for voters to correct issues with their absentee or provisional ballots. And Senate Bill 382 would severely cut the time for county boards of elections to count absentee and provisional ballots, a reckless change that would overburden election staff, leave too little time to properly count ballots, and could lead to votes being unfairly thrown out. Ultimately, Senate Bill 382 shortchanges the people of western North Carolina. What should have been a bipartisan bill about providing desperately needed hurricane relief instead has been taken over by politicians looking to grab power and impose harmful changes that would weaken our election system. So what's next? The Republican-controlled legislature rammed through Senate Bill 382 less than 24 hours after the bill was first revealed. The bill then went to Governor Roy Cooper, who vetoed the measure. The legislature is coming back for another lame duck session beginning Monday, December 2nd, during which time Republican lawmakers could attempt to override the veto by Governor Cooper. Pro-democracy advocates, including Common Cause North Carolina, will be at the legislature when lawmakers return on December 2nd as we continue to speak out against the outrageous power grabs and anti-voter provisions in Senate Bill 382.
I don't care what the party of the people are in western North Carolina. They deserve to be lifted in this moment. They don't deserve to be forgotten, they don't deserve to be stepped over on, and they don't deserve to be used in a pretext for somebody stripping power. And that is why not only must the legislators stand, but every North Carolinian that believes in justice and believes in democracy, it's time to show up nonviolently and show out. Show up on December 2nd. Fill up the gallery.